It's another episode of Islamic Finance Daily Update, where we bring you a wrap-up of activities in the non-interest finance markets across the globe. We begin with the story that Saudi Arabia Stock Exchange Tadawul plans to launch an environmental, social or governance index in cooperation with global index provider MSCI by the fourth quarter of this year or fourth quarter of 2021, the board's chief executive said last week, Wednesday. The index will include at least 70 Saudi-listed companies and will be based on MSCI standard, Khalid Al-Uzan said at a virtual event. Globally, we understand that ESG is becoming an investment requirement and we don't want to be behind this in the Saudi market, he added. Demand for climate-friendly and sustainable investment has been on the rise over the past few years and has seen another boost during the COVID-19 pandemic, with many investors globally shifting their focus onto businesses with more sustainable, low-carbon models. With a market capitalization of $2.5 trillion, thanks in part to the Saudi Aramco IPO in 2019, Tadawul is the world's 9th biggest stock market, ranked after the London Stock Exchange and ahead of Canada's Toronto Stock Exchange, according to World Federation of Exchanges data. Saudi authorities have introduced a raft of reforms to attract overseas share buyers and issuers as part of efforts to attract foreign capital and diversify the oil-dependent economy. In 2019, the Saudi market joined the FTSE Emerging All Cap Index and the MSCI Emerging Market Index, triggering more foreign fund inflows. The board also plans to issue ESG guidelines for Saudi-listed corporates in the fourth quarter. Also at the economic space, the coronavirus pandemic is an opportunity to transform Indonesia's economic, legal, health and education system and put it on path to become a developed country, according to President Joko Widodo. Indonesia has struggled to contain a surge in infections that follow the easing of social distancing rules since the end of May, with the death toll nearing 6,000, the highest among Southeast Asian nations. The virus has also infected more than 130,000 people, with the confirmed cases more than doubling since the end of June, official data show. We must take lessons from this crisis. We must not let the crisis bring about setback, Jokowi said. In fact, we must capitalize on the crisis as a momentum to make a big leap, he added. Jokowi's administration has set aside $50 billion in fiscal stimulus to counter the impact of the pandemic after temporarily scrapping the fiscal deficit limit and getting the central bank to directly finance government spending. Indonesia's economy shrank 5.32% year-on-year in the second quarter, its first contraction in more than 2 decades, as movement restrictions to contain the coronavirus outbreak disseminated business. The government plans to spend as much as 1,476 trillion rupiah in the 6 months through December to boost the economy, Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati said last week. Finally, for this edition, Malaysia's GDP contracted 17.1% to 289.6 billion ringgit in the 3 months to June 30 compared to the same quarter last year, the lowest recorded since the fourth quarter of 1998 during the Asian financial crisis. The Department of Statistics Malaysia said on Friday, August 14, that on the production side, all sectors recorded negative growth except agriculture, that saw a slight rise of 1%. Agriculture contributed 8.5% to GDP. On the demand side, all sectors recorded falls except for governmental final consumption expenditure that saw a growth of 2.3%. April was the worst month when GDP contracted by 28.6%. The economy improved in May with a slower contraction of 19.5%, and the line kept going up through June that finished the quarter on negative 3.2%. Bank Negara Malaysia, the central bank said the decline reflected the unprecedented impact of the strict COVID-19 pandemic restrictions domestically and globally. And that will be all for today. To watch more videos, read news stories, reports, and analysis on Islamic finance, log on to our website, www.WebTVNG.com. Also, you can engage us on our social media handles displaying on the screen. Till we come your way again, thank you for watching and bye for now.